Nolwenn Le Magueresse, known by her stage name Nolwenn Leroy, is a French singer-songwriter, musician and voice actress. Originally classically trained, she rose to fame after winning the second season of the French television music competition Star Academy in 2002. She has since recorded 5 studio albums and scored 2 #1 singles, Cassé and Nolwenn Ohwo, on the French charts. In 2012, her album Bretonne was certified 2 times diamond for sales exceeding 1 million copies. Leroy has received numerous awards and nominations. In January 2015, she was ranked 17th on Le Journal du Dimanche's 50 most loved celebrities in France, making her the top female singer on the list since December 2012. Leroy is fluent in English, having spent a year in the U.S. as an exchange student. She sings in many languages, including French, Breton, English and Irish. She has also performed in Italian and Spanish. Early life and career beginnings. Leroy's parents left Saint-Renan when she was 4 years old. After living in Paris, Lille, and Guingamp, her mother, Muriel Leroy, and her younger sister, Kay, settled with Leroy's grandparents in Saint-Dior. Her mother divorced from her father, professional footballer Jean-Luc Le Magueresse, in 1993. Nolwenn studied at the Collège des Célestins in Vichy. When Leroy was 11, her music teacher noticed her musical talents and encouraged her to learn the violin. At the age of 13, she won Les Écoles du Dessert, a contest sponsored by the Cora supermarket chain, which allowed her to travel with a humanitarian mission from Gao to Timbuktu, Mali. She later claimed this had a profound influence on her. In July 1998, Leroy was awarded a scholarship by the Vichy Rotary Club to travel to Hamilton, Ohio, as an exchange student. While attending Hamilton High School, she took music lessons at the Performing Arts School and became fluent in English during her stay there. When she returned to France, she began classical singing classes at the Vichy Music Conservatory. In 2001, she enrolled in the University of Clermont-Ferrand to study law for a potential alternative career to music. 2002, Star Academy. After watching the first series of Star Academy broadcast on TF1 in 2001, Leroy was impressed by Armand Altai, a singing teacher and one of the show's judges, and decided to join Altai's singing classes in Paris for over 6 months. In 2002, Nolwenn was selected for the second season of the show, but she was also given the part of Scarlett O'Hara in the French stage musical Ardent, an important event by Gerard Prescovic. Leroy finally chose the television singing competition over the musical and joined the Damery Les Lys Castle in late August 2002, where she followed acting, dancing and singing classes for 4 months. She was declared the overall winner, ahead of her fellow finalist, Houchini Camara, on the 21st of December 2002. 2003-04, eponymous debut album. Leroy's first album, Nolwenn, was released in March 2003 and was certified platinum by November for sales exceeding 300,000 copies. In 2006, the album was certified 2 times platinum by the Syndicate National de l'Édition Phonographique for more than 600,000 copies sold. Both the album and the hit single, Cassé, topped the charts in France and Belgium. 3 further songs from the album were released as singles: Une femme cachée à suivre, Une étoile, and Inévitablement. Leroy went on tour in France, Belgium and Switzerland in late 2003 to promote songs from the album. 2005-08, Histoires Naturelles. Leroy's second album, Histoires Naturelles, was released on the 5th of December 2005. It was produced by Laurent Voulzy and Frank Ulrich. The album's lead single, Nolwenn Ohwo, co-written by Alain Souchon, Voulzy and Leroy herself, topped the French charts. The second single was the title track, Histoire Naturelle. Music videos were made for both songs. The video for Histoire Naturelle expressed the main theme of the album, with Leroy being portrayed as natural history museum exhibits. Of the other single releases, Mon Ange was distributed digitally, while Jamais Tantel Aimer and Reste Encore were promotional only. The album reached platinum status with 400,000 copies sold. Songs from Histoires Naturelles and Nolwenn were performed on Leroy's second tour, entitled Histoires Naturelles Tour, which started in September 2006. It was followed by a summer tour in 2007. Leroy's first live album was subsequently released in late October 2007. 2009-10, Le Cheshire Cat et Moi. Le Cheshire Cat and Amp Moi was a project that began in 2007, co-written by Leroy and Tata Lasson, with contributions from Jonathan Brooke, Michelle Featherstone, Mike Errico and Rupert Hine. It was arranged and produced by Lasson, and recorded in Sweden and the Faroe Islands. The album's lead single, Faut il pas, was released in November 2009 along with a music video directed by Nolwenn Leroy. Leroy was observed to feature a lighter sound than on previous releases, and the album gave the opportunity for her to write all the lyrics. The album was released on the 7th of December 2009 and was later certified gold. A tour entitled Le Cheshire Cat and Amp Vous to promote the record was held in 2010. 2010-12, Bretonne. Leroy released a fourth studio album, Bretonne, on the 6th of December 2010. Cover versions of traditional Celtic songs such as MNRH Erin, Trimartylod, Le Juma de Michau, and contemporary songs such as Christophe Maïsek's Brest were included on the album. Most of the songs related to Brittany, the singer's birthplace, 4 sung in Breton, 1 in Irish, and the others in French and English. Leroy collaborated with John Kelly for the musical arrangements. The album topped the French album charts for 7 weeks and the Belgian album charts for 5 weeks. It was certified double diamond by the SNEP for sales exceeding 1 million copies. The album was re-released in November 2011 as a deluxe edition which added 7 English-language tracks, including Amazing Grace, Scarborough Fair, and 2 Mike Oldfield tracks, Moonlight Shadow, and De France. The American version of the album, retitled Nolwenn, was released on the 8th of January 2013 with a different track listing. The album peaked at number 10 on the Billboard's World Album Chart. Leroy made her New York City debut at Drôme. As part of the Bretonne tour, Leroy played over 100 dates in France, Belgique, Switzerland and Germany. 2012 present. Au Fils de l'eau. Leroy's fifth album, Au Fils de l'eau, was released on the 26th of November 2012, preceded by the lead single, Juste pour mes souvenirs. The album was produced by John Kelly and recorded in London. The title reads, O Daughters of the Water, but is phonetically similar to Au Fil de l'eau. Like Bretonne, it contains Celtic-inspired music but with more ocean-themed lyrics. It includes 2 tracks in English. Homeland contains the James Horner-composed theme of the film Braveheart. AHE's is the only Breton-language song of the album. Leroy wrote and co-composed 9 songs, including the singles Juste pour mes souvenirs, Six-Umi Continent, Jai Voler le lit de la mer, and Au Falir. The album cover was created by Australian artist V. Spears, inspired by her portrait series, Immortal. Reviews of the album were strong, with some praising Leroy's vocal ability and Celtic music and lyrics, noting that her singing in English and Breton was brave and proved her to be an evolving artist, with strong sales to match. 2 months after its release, the album was certified triple platinum by the SNEP. Furthermore, it was named RTL's Album of the Year 2013. In 2013, Leroy toured France, Belgium and Switzerland in support of the album. Additionally, she was a special guest on Vladimir Cosma's symphonic tour in France. In early 2014, she was nominated at the World Music Awards for the first time, in 4 categories: World's Best Album, World's Best Entertainer, World's Best Female Artist, and World's Best Live Act. On the 3rd of May 2014, Leroy performed the Breton anthem Brogage Marzadou at the Stade de France before 80,000 spectators, for the 2014 Coupe de France final, opposing 2 Breton clubs, the Stade Rennais to each Guingamp. Leroy's second live CD, DVD, Autour de l'eau, was released on the 1st of December 2014. In March 2015, she embarked on an acoustic tour in France, Belgium, Switzerland, Germany, New Caledonia and French Polynesia. On the 11th of June 2015, she was invited to talk about her career at Oxford University. In November 2015, Leroy announced that she would perform at Celtic Connections in Glasgow's City Halls on the 30th of January 2016, along with Karen Matheson. Medical research. Leroy's music was studied for its neurological impact in geriatric populations. Researchers found that Leroy's recordings might have a more beneficial effect than other music, noting that the music of Nolwenn Leroy was found to be significantly superior to other music tested. To describe the phenomenon, they coined the term the Nolwenn effect, saying, "The music of Nolwenn Leroy appears to have a different effect on brain-based modulation of gait and stance than other music tested to date." Mozart and Dutch and French singers were tested. Only Mozart and Leroy's music were specified. The U.S. study was completed in February 2008, but no substantial results appear to be published. Endorsements. In 2011, Leroy appeared in 2 television commercials for the Nintendo 3DS, and she became the face of Pantene for France and Belgium. Philanthropy. In 2006, she joined the Les Enfants charity ensemble, and she became one of the Abbé Pierre Foundation's patrons for housing people in need. On the 27th of November 2015, she participated together with Camelia Jordana and Yael Naim at the National Memorial Day for the victims of the November 2015 Paris attacks, singing the song Quand on n'est que l'amour from Jacques Brel. Personal life. Since January 2008, she is in a relationship with Arnaud Clément, former French professional tennis player and the current captain of the France Davis Cup team. Discography. Studio albums. Live album. Singles * Belgium. Ultratip denotes releases that did not chart. As featured artist. Other charted songs. Soundtracks 2012. Die Wonderhure Best of 2014, Song of the Sea in its French version Le Chant de la Mer. Voice acting. 2012, Rise of the Guardians by Peter Ramsey, French voice of Tooth Fairy. 2013, Lady O, the Storyteller. 2014, Song of the Sea by Tom Moore, French voice of Brona. Horse riding. Leroy owns a horse named El Abakin. She showed her horse riding and jumping skills on unfamiliar horses a couple of times for French TV shows broadcast on France 2, including the 2011 Gala de l'Union des Artistes charity, alongside Alexis Grasse. Awards and nominations. Honors. The main belt asteroid 353,232 Nolwenn was named after Leroy. In 2012, her wax figure was unveiled at the Musée Graven in Paris. Bibliography: Patrick Astells, Christophe Abramowitz. Nolwenn Leroy, T.M. Col. Patrick Robin, 169p. ISBN 27533300240.